Artifacts were introduced in the Royal Court DLC for Crusader Kings 3 are unique items that provide various bonuses to characters who own them. They're always passed down to your primary heir. Each artifact has a rarity level which affects its durability, repair cost, and how much gold you receive if you choose to destroy it. Artifacts are split into two main categories: inventory artifacts and court artifacts. Inventory artifacts are equipped directly by your character. You can have up to 9 equipped at once: a crown, journal, weapon, armor, regalia, and 4 trinkets. Court artifacts, on the other hand, are displayed in your royal court. A court can show up to 15 items, including 3 large wall ornaments, 3 small wall ornaments, 2 furniture pieces, 2 books, and 4 pedestal items, as well as a throne. So what does this all have to do with today's run? Well, you can actually destroy artifacts in this game, and if you follow certain religions with the right tenets, you are allowed to destroy any artifact, regardless of its rarity. That gave me an idea. Play a sort of reverse Indiana Jones character whose goal isn't to preserve history, but collect enough artifacts to fill every inventory slot and then destroy them all.
That belongs in a museum. So do you.
Instead of putting them in a museum, we'll smash them for piety and gold in the name of righteous destruction. Let's see how it went. We kicked off the artifact hunt with a custom character, Pavlos, a Greek man who follows Buddha and worships Maitreya. The reason for this path comes down to the one unique tenet: extinction of Dharma. It allows you to destroy famed and illustrious artifacts, the blue and purple ones, granting a huge amount of piety. But for this run, it's not about the piety. It's about sending a message. As for Pavlos himself, his stats are decent, but all we really need is enough intrigue to pull off the string of heists we've got planned across Europe. Our first target, the Papal Tiara, probably one of the most commonly stolen artifacts in CK3. To get started, we took a contract headed to Rome. Along the way, we managed to recruit 3 new followers. Sure, we'll take all of them. They don't like us because they are zealots and want us to be of their faith. That's when we realized something starting as Buddhists might have been a mistake, because pretty much everyone hates us. Once we arrived in Italy, it was time to upgrade our camp and work towards the building we needed to start stealing artifacts. Under the supply tent, there is an upgrade called Subdued Gear, available through the Freebooter Focus. This lets you hire a map court position, boosting secrecy, but more importantly, unlocking the steal artifact interaction. There was just one problem. We didn't have money. So instead, we headed north from Rome to Pisa to make some cash. Let's try to get calm. 1% chance. Did not get calm. We turned to banditry, roaming the central Italy, ambushing travelers on the road. Turns out crime does pay. We eventually scraped together enough gold to afford the Subdued Gear upgrade. But just as we were about to leave Pisa, things went sideways. We were imprisoned by the Doge. We've been put in prison by the Doge and moved to house arrest. I mean, that makes sense. Mr. Doge, can I get out of prison, bro? And forced to pay an outrageous 60 gold to escape before things got worse. With that setback behind us, we rushed back to Rome, ready to begin our scheme against the Pope. She's a crack book reader. This girl, she knows how to fucking read, dude. Do you know how many women know how to read in the medieval ages? Like 3. We could start the plan to steal the tiara, but there was one issue. No one wanted to help. Apparently people aren't too eager to join a heathen's plot against the vicar of Jesus Christ. We even befriended a bishop close to the Pope, but still no luck. No one was willing to back our scheme. This guy's my best friend. You're telling me my best friend isn't gonna help me in this op? In fact, not gonna help me with this op. Armorer, who then we can go to our artifacts and destroy them, only gives us 1 gold. After 4 years of plotting with little to no help from our camp or so-called allies, we finally got our hands on the Papal Tiara. The moment it was ours, we knew we had to get out of the Pope's reach, so we fled to Sicily. Once we were safe, it became clear that if we were actually wanting to keep stealing and destroying these relics, and each one an affront to our God, we'd need to change our faith. We briefly converted Catholicism to make the transition easier, then shifting to iconoclasm. All right, can we actually just go and convert again? Is it that simple? All right, we are iconoclastic. I didn't realize it was that simple. Okay. Let us go and look at our artifact. Still 1 gold. The move paid off immediately, giving us 1,000 piety and 1 piece of gold to destroy the tiara. One artifact down. Next up, Eastern Roman Emperor himself. He had a coronation brooch that would fit a growing pile of desecrated relics. Thanks to our new faith and the fact that the emperor isn't nearly as protected or beloved as the pope, the scheme moved along much faster. Huge get. Let's get calm. I'm gonna get it no matter what, guys. No matter if it takes us 99 fishing trips, we're gonna get calm. Unfortunately, our first attempt was shut down by the Emperor's spy master, forcing us to stick around in Constantinople longer than planned. So we decided to make most of it. While we were there, we visited the university to sharpen our intrigue skills and give ourselves a better shot at moving forward. After 6 months breaking from artifact hunting, we became far more dangerous, now boasting a level 5 intrigue education and a few extra perk points. Even so, things still weren't going our way, so we decided not to push our luck. We skipped town before anything went wrong and headed to Egypt. There in 1081, managed to acquire the Kabid al-Malik, another sacred artifact tied to another Abrahamic religion. And naturally, we did the only logical thing, tossed it into the Mediterranean on our way to Georgia, where our next target awaited. Now in Georgia, we finally had a crack team ready to steal artifacts from anyone. We got our boy, boom, Herotheus, our master thief. And then we got Filippo, the heathen, as a thief. And then we got Otobon, the infiltrator, our former master thief, the witch, and our best boy, head porter, Yakil, king, emperor, even a holy father. It didn't matter who you were. If you owned a relic, we were coming for it. Not to keep it, but to destroy it, because every single one was an affront to the divine truth. In less than a year, we handled the surveillance, secured the plans, and mapped out our entry and escape route for this flexible armor. When we finally destroyed it, it netted a massive 2,500 piety, 1,500 more than the papal tiara. Of course, still just 1 gold as always. From there, we took to the seas again, this time headed to Iberia and the court of Majorca. There had been a valuable tome, probably a cherished family heirloom. But to us, it was just kindling for the fire. The Emir never saw us coming, and by the time anyone noticed the book was gone, we were already sailing towards the Holy Land. We're getting calm right here, right now. While in Jerusalem, we decided to repent for our many sins, hoping to lose the gallows bait trait. Being constantly on the verge of imprisonment everywhere we went was getting old. So now does that allow us to do the Legacy of Bruce? It does. So we need to do a bunch more contracts and become exalted among men. I don't know if that's going to happen. By 1086, we were back in Iberia, this time in Toledo. The Emir there was caught up with a civil war, which made it a perfect opportunity to steal the bells of Santiago. At this point, we were so efficient that our team was hitting a 95% success rate right from the start. A few months later, the bells were ours, reverted back to their original form after we took them, maybe some kind of divine sign that we are on the right path. I didn't realize that they would change back from formerly the bells of Santiago. That's a interesting little detail that once it goes back to a Christian, it switches back to destroy that artifact. With only a few artifact slots left to complete the challenge, we scanned the map for more simple items to destroy. This led us to Scotland. Sure enough, another coronation brooch, because apparently rulers hand those out like candy. If the AI has had a coronation, odds are they've got a brooch, which works perfect for us. Unfortunately, we accidentally started a scheme for a throne instead. Proof that you should always read the fine print before committing. Then we got sidetracked by some random concubine in court. This woman somehow gets brought to the Scottish court. The court, she and him, the Scottish king, get down. He puts her in prison for her misdeeds, but then releases her, and then she gives birth to his son. Who is he legitimized him? He has legitimized him. What a story. What a small little story that's unfolded. And now she is in our lives because we can use her as an infiltrator. But eventually the throne ended up in the fire anyways. Next came one of the more blasphemous artifacts yet. A spear owned by Duke of Aquitaine, literally called the Holy Stick, supposedly forged during a thunderstorm. Very pagan, very offensive to our sensibilities. The squad handled it with extreme prejudice and personally snapped it in half over my knee. That left just a few slots 2 more brooches appeared in the Baltic, one held by King Sven of Denmark, the other King of Pomerania. Honestly, piety rewards still make no sense. At this point, we've stopped trying to figure it out. We're just here to burn everything. I've talked to Bruce. I made the call upstairs. He says 99% chance it's gonna happen. We're getting calm this time around. Don't worry about it, chat. It's happening. All right, well, Bruce keeps lying to me and it hurts my feelings when he lies. We're gonna skip ahead here and gloss over the whole B plot where we tried to kidnap a successor for our band of thieves. Long story short, we wanted a genius heir, but it didn't work out. Turns out he actually liked his family or something like that. If you want the full chaos, you can go check out the stream of this run. Anyway, by 1099, we had one final job left in the Khanate of the Cumin. This time we were after a prize ring. Our crew made quick work of it. The ring was ours almost immediately and just as quickly tossed into the fire, filling our final artifact slot. With that, we could call it a day. Our boy boss Pavlos lived to the age of 67, completed his life's work, and finally met his maker with his head held high. I hope you enjoyed this run. As mentioned before, this was recorded before the release of Scribe update, which made artifacts much harder to find. But the addition of the ledger, everything is now way easier to track down and sort. So if you want to try this challenge for yourself, definitely make use of the ledger, whether it's fully released or still in the beta branch when you're watching this. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so very much for watching this little adventure. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, have a good rest of your day. Ciao.